Today I want to talk to you about the power of visualization and how it influences our lives. Each of us has an extraordinary ability to attract what we desire simply by forming images in our mind. This is not magic, it's science. I've seen it again and again. Everything I consistently visualize eventually appears in my life, and you are capable of the same. Watch this video until the end and you'll learn a technique for attracting what you want. If you want change but constantly blame others, complain, or feel sorry for yourself, it's important to understand this behavior will not bring you happiness. On the contrary, it reinforces the inner state of unhappiness. That's why developing awareness is so essential. As I've emphasized many times in my work, recognizing and transforming these habits is a key step toward creating the reality you want and achieving genuine happiness. The next stage is analyzing which emotions and beliefs are echoes of the past. Ask yourself honestly, do pain, suffering, and a sense of lack belong to my future? This process gradually becomes so conscious that we stop automatically falling into unconscious reactions. As I've said before, the moment of change comes when we begin to remember our choice and consciously decide to act differently. This is the hardest part of transformation. Be prepared, it may feel uncomfortable. The transition from the old self to the new self is essentially a symbolic death of the previous identity and the birth of a new one. This is the moment when the brain undergoes the most intense changes. It's the point where it feels impossible to move forward and you want to give up. But what if I told you that making your dream come true is not a miracle, but a skill you can learn? Today we're talking about manifestation. This is not a fairy tale or an illusion. It's a real technique that changes lives around the world. Many people think manifestation is a magical process, as if it's enough to simply make a wish. But today, we'll debunk that myth and show you a practical manifestation technique that works quickly and effectively. Ready to learn how to turn your dreams into reality? Then let's begin and dive into an innovative approach that can bring your desires closer than ever before. First, it's important to understand what manifestation truly means. At its core, manifestation is the process of turning your deepest desires into reality through thoughts, beliefs, and actions. This idea is not new. It has existed for centuries and appears in various cultures and spiritual traditions around the world. From ancient texts to modern philosophies, they all agree on one thing: what you focus on, you attract. Understanding this principle is crucial because it forms the foundation of the technique we're about to explore. The power of your mind is not just an inspiring concept, it's a practical tool for changing your life. As we go deeper, remember, manifestation is not passive daydreaming. It is the process of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your deepest desires so they can materialize in reality. There is a common misconception that manifestation is magic or something supernatural that breaks the laws of nature. This belief arises because of the impressive transformations and seemingly miraculous results people experience. But manifestation is a natural process available to everyone. It bases on the power of the human mind and the universal laws of interaction between the inner and outer world. It's important to distinguish between magic in the traditional sense and real manifestation techniques. Magic implies calling upon supernatural forces to change the physical world. Manifestation is based on how our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs shape our reality within the realm of the possible. This is not a call to mysticism, it's training your inner state to match the outcome you want. The process includes mental clarity, emotional engagement, and conscious action. Understanding this difference allows you to see manifestation as an effective and natural way to achieve your goals. Before we move on to the practical technique, It's important to look at a structured approach that breaks the process into clear steps. The first step is gaining clarity about your desires. This means understanding exactly what you want and why, not superficial wishes, but deep intentions, and the awareness of how their fulfillment will improve your life. Without clarity, you're moving without a map. The second step is visualization. This is the creation of a clear mental image of your desire as if it has already been fulfilled. It is not mere fantasy, it's a deliberate process in which you not only see the result, but feel it as your reality. It is the feelings that synchronize the subconscious mind with your goal. The third step is emotional alignment. This is the state in which you experience joy, gratitude, and fulfillment as if what you want is already present in your life. Emotions act as a signal that shows your readiness to receive the result. The fourth step is action. If the previous stages create inner alignment, actions build the bridge between the inner and outer world. These are not frantic or desperate steps, but inspired actions that feel natural and timely. By following this method, you stop relying on chance and become an active participant in creating your reality. This combination of thoughts, emotions, and actions turns manifestation from an abstract idea to a clear and understandable system. Why does this method work so quickly? It all comes down to two key elements: clarity and emotional alignment. Clarity directs your thoughts and actions like a lighthouse, while emotions create magnetic pull. When you not just want something, but feel that you already have it, the process accelerates. Together, these elements create powerful synergy. They synchronize the mind, body, and spirit, reducing inner resistance and making the path to your goal easier. The success stories of countless people confirm the effectiveness of this approach. Artists who focused on their vision and emotions found opportunities that once seemed unreachable. People seeking harmonious relationships became more open and present, which strengthened their connections. Those dreaming of financial freedom shifted their perception and began noticing opportunities they previously overlooked. All these examples share one thing: aligning inner state with action creates harmonious interaction that attracts the desired outcome with remarkable speed and ease. As we move forward, it's important to remember these stories. They are not rare exceptions, but clear examples of what becomes possible when the method is applied with intention and inner belief. Before we conclude today's journey, we must understand how to begin your own path using this approach. Starting is much easier than it seems, and with patience and consistency, you'll see real, tangible results in your life. Here's how you can begin practicing this technique right now, laying the foundation for manifesting your desires. First, clearly define what you want to manifest. Clarity is essential. Write down your desire in as much detail as possible: how it looks, feels, sounds, even smells. Phrase it in the present tense, as if you already have it. The more precise and detailed the image, the stronger the effect. Next, incorporate daily visualization. Set aside a few quiet minutes each day to close your eyes and imagine your life as if your desire is already come true. Fully immerse yourself in this image, experiencing the emotions and bodily sensations that accompany your success. This practice strengthens emotional alignment and reinforces your commitment to your goal. After visualization, maintain emotional alignment throughout the day. Try to embody the state that reflects the reality of your desire. If you seek joy, find reasons to feel joy now. If you seek peace, create moments of peace in your current experience. This state signals to the universe that you are ready to receive. And finally, be open to inspired action. Manifestation is not a passive process. It requires your participation. Pay attention to opportunities that align with your goals, and when your intuition nudges you, act. These steps may seem small, but they form the foundation of your future reality. Be patient with yourself. Manifestation does not follow a strict schedule, and sometimes the universe's timing differs from your expectations. Consistency is your greatest ally. Continue aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires, trusting that everything you seek is also moving toward you. Beginning this method is the first step toward a life filled with abundance, fulfillment, and joy. The power to manifest your desires is already within you, and with each step, you move closer to making your dreams a tangible reality. It is also important to be aware of common mistakes and know how to handle them to improve your manifestation journey. One of the most common mistakes is lack of specificity. A vague goal leads to confusion and scattered effort. To avoid this, make your desires as clear and detailed as possible. Another common trap is inconsistency. Manifestation requires daily attention, just like a plant needs regular watering to grow. Consistent visualization and emotional alignment create fertile ground for your desires to take root. Doubts and negative thoughts can also become serious obstacles. Skepticism is natural, but if you allow it to take hold, it can stop your progress. Counter this by reminding yourself of past successes and strengthening your belief. Confidence in the possibility of the result is a crucial component of the method. Excessive attachment to the outcome can create inner tension and block the flow of manifestation. It's important to know what you want, but clinging too tightly often signals a lack of trust in the process. Practice letting go. Don't obsess over how and when it will happen. Trust that the universe supports you and that your desires unfold in the best way and at the best time. By recognizing potential pitfalls and making necessary adjustments, you create conditions for a more harmonious and successful manifestation experience. Remember, the manifestation journey is not only about achieving what you want, but also about deep personal growth. Having explored the fastest way to manifest, it becomes clear this is not fantasy or magic, but a powerful, practical technique, a method capable of turning intentions into reality. We examined the essence of manifestation, debunked myths, and reviewed effective steps, from clarity of desire to inspired action. Patience and consistency play an equally important role and can significantly influence the outcome. Your journey does not end here. Now it's time to apply the method in your life, starting with small steps, maintaining regularity, and watching your desires unfold, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. Remember, the power lies within you. It all comes down to aligning thoughts, emotions, and actions to turn dreams into reality. Gratitude is the highest level of emotional openness. When you feel gratitude and open your heart, you redirect your inner system toward a new future. Ask yourself, do you truly speak positive affirmations? I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am free, while feeling genuine gratitude. When this happens, your body begins to sense the new path clearly. Synchronize your desires and imagine your body and mind working in full harmony. There is no more struggle. Your body supports your intentions. Now, consider how most people get stuck in thoughts about what is right in front of them. They become consumed by stress, which makes them feel, react, and focus even more on problems, the body, the environment, and time, keeping them trapped. You, however, step beyond these limitations, becoming nothing, nowhere, and no one. In essence, you become pure awareness, free from the usual constraints of time and energy. Creating from this state of deep presence, you move beyond effort and the need to chase. You no longer waste energy pursuing what you want. You allow it to be drawn to you. Your clear thoughts and sincere feelings become a powerful signal, connecting you with the energy that permeates everything. This combination dissolves the barriers of space and time, bringing synchronicities into your life. It feels like a magical journey where you are repeatedly surprised by what unfolds. I chose this path myself, and I can tell you, it is an incredible adventure. synchronicities, joy, a sense of wonder. All of this becomes part of everyday life. So I invite you to join. Start with one thought, any thought: anger, sadness, inspiration, joy, or desire. Remember that even a single thought affects not only your body, but your reality, and over time, it shapes who you become. Every thought, positive or negative, matters. Even now, sitting quietly and simply watching this video without taking any action, it's important to understand your body is responding to your last thought. It's astonishing, but every thought triggers a cascade of changes in the body. Glands activate, hormones are released, the brain, immune system, digestion, heart, and circulation all shift in response. All of this happens because of one thought. It clearly demonstrates the power of thinking. Have you ever wondered how strongly the brain controls the body? The moment a thought appears, the body responds, often without us noticing. And if one thought can trigger these changes, what happens when we repeat the same thinking patterns day after day? Is it possible that habitual thoughts and reactions eventually create imbalance or even illness? Can something that repeats often enough begin to feel normal, even if it wasn't originally? This subtle but important process often goes unnoticed. Perhaps it's time to consciously look at it. Let's shift our attention. Can you notice the hum of the refrigerator, the sound of a passing car, or the beating of your own heart, simply by changing what you focus on? In these moments, you activate massive activity in millions of brain cells. The moment you decide to shift your focus, you begin to change the brain itself. You influence not only how it functions now, but also what it will become in the future, shaping the rest of your life. When you bring your attention back to the words of this video, changes occur in how blood flows through different regions of the brain. This triggers a chain reaction of neural impulses and a restructuring of electrical activity at the deepest level. Large groups of neurons begin to work in harmony, strengthening connections that eventually become stable. And all of this happens simply because you shifted your attention. In fact, you just changed your mind, literally. Humans have an extraordinary ability to choose what they pay attention to. What we focus on and how long we hold that focus shapes us at the level of the brain. While shifting attention can be easy, holding it on something beneficial is often harder. As long as you stay focused, you may forget about back pain, a recent argument with your boss, or even your surroundings. Where our attention goes and what holds it plays a decisive role in shaping our lives at the neural level. Think about how at any moment we can suddenly remember an unpleasant event from the past. A memory stored deep in the brain suddenly becomes vivid and real. Likewise, we can worry about events that haven't happened yet, but feel them as if they are happening right now. Even though we cannot see them or touch them, they feel absolutely real. Our attention makes the invisible and intangible real to us. It's astonishing, but science confirms. If we focus on pain in the body, we actually intensify it. The brain regions responsible for pain become more active. But if we can redirect our attention, these regions can calm down and the pain may lessen or even disappear, almost like magic. However, if we constantly fixate on pain, neural connections strengthen and sensitivity increases. This helps us understand how pain and even old memories shape our personality. To a large extent, what we think about and what we focus on determines who we are at the level of the brain. Neuroscience has discovered something remarkable. We can shape and reshape our brain simply by repeatedly focusing on the same thing. Everything that makes up our essence, thoughts, dreams, memories, hopes, feelings, fears, skills, habits, pain, and joy, are stored in a network of roughly 100 billion neurons. Even just watching this video, you have already changed your brain a little. Receiving even a small amount of new information creates new neural connections, altering who you are. The images and ideas you are contemplating right now leave lasting traces in the brain. You are like a living being floating in an ocean of electrical connections created by neurons. Your uniqueness is defined by how your nerve cells are organized and interconnected. This structure constantly changes as you learn, remember, and reflect. You are continuously changing and evolving because the organization of neurons never remains static. Forget the idea of a fixed brain. It is more like a system where nerve cells constantly connect and disconnect like countless electrical strings. Your ability to understand these words is the result of your entire life experience and the people who shaped you: parents, teachers, friends, and many others. Through what we see, hear, feel, touch, and do, we continuously write the story of who we are in our own mind. As we've already seen, we have the power to influence what happens in our consciousness. Now let's give your brain a small workout. I'll teach you a simple but revealing exercise. Focus on your right hand. Start by touching your thumb to your little finger, then to your index finger, then to your ring finger, and finally to your middle finger. Repeat this sequence until it becomes easy. Then speed up the movements, making them smooth and precise. After a few minutes, you will master the exercise. During this learning process, you shifted from a relaxed state to a state of intense focus. To perform the task successfully, your brain needed more energy, as if the brightness of a light bulb inside it increased. Your determination and desire to learn the skill made the brain work harder, and mastering the exercise required additional attention and concentration. As you focused on learning, the brain increased blood flow and generated many electrical impulses in different regions. Maintaining this level of attention was energy intensive. Your willpower, focus, and attention triggered another important change in the brain. This happened not just because you were thinking, but because you were doing something new, learning a skill. Now close your eyes for a moment. Instead of physically moving your fingers, imagine performing the same exercise mentally. Visualize your thumb touching your little finger, then your index finger, then your ring finger, and finally your middle finger. Repeat this sequence several times in your mind without moving your hand, then open your eyes. Did you notice that during the mental practice, your brain went through the same sequence as if the movements were real? If you truly focused, the brain activated in the same way it does during physical action. It does not distinguish between imagined practice and real movement. Imagination is a powerful tool for forming new neural connections. Modern brain research shows simply thinking can change the brain's structure. Consider what you spend most of your time thinking about and doing. Consciously or not, that is what shapes you. Through evolution, the frontal lobes, located behind your forehead, developed last. They store the image of who you are and govern your interaction with the world. This part of the brain acts as a conductor, coordinating the work of all other regions. What you focus on in your mind reflects who you are now and who you are becoming. You may wonder, how can I intentionally change my brain? Where is my true self, and how do I activate the areas responsible for greater awareness? It all comes down to the frontal lobes. Without them, you would not be you. They allow you to think about the future, control behavior, imagine new possibilities, and direct your life. They are the inner voice that tells you what is right and what is not. This part of the brain is highly adaptable and helps you think and act in new ways. Today, you've seen how thoughts, attention, and intention can change the brain and your perception of the world. With this knowledge, you become the master of your destiny and the architect of your own development. Let go of the past that kept you stuck. Your mind is ready to explore new horizons. Dare to do what seems impossible, release old fears, and step into a world of possibilities. Your thoughts, goals, and actions are the bricks from which your future is built. So focus on what matters and watch your life begin to bloom before your eyes. Share this video with those who may benefit from it and who are striving to transform their lives. Subscribe to the channel The Power of the New You to receive more inspiring and helpful videos. See you in the next episodes.